Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach, and tonight I am so excited to bring to you our new scoring board and our new corner rounder that also notches. You are going to flip when you see all of this does. Yeah, sure, it's a scoring board, but it does a whole lot more. You probably don't know that by looking in the catalog, but this thing has so many features to it. So these two go together like peanut butter and jelly. They just absolutely are the most scrumptious thing you've ever seen together. So let me just show you what we're going to do. It can take and make regular envelopes, okay, that fit our normal size cards. And this is done with our new paper pack. And this paper pack actually is cardstock weight paper. I love our designer paper because it is heavyweight paper. It's not flimsy. And this is this pack. It's from the Good Life collection, okay? And they just go so well together. You see the back coordinates with the front, so there's our first one. Here is our second one. Remember, this is cardstock weight paper. It is absolutely gorgeous. All right, and then here's another one. Look at the back end of that one. Don't they just go together so well? And then, oh, look at the chickens and roosters, okay? And then here, of course, has chicken wire on the back of it. How stinking cute is that? And look at the gingham. Is that not just screaming really country living, okay? And so that is the Good Life prints. It's in the Good Life collection. And that's what I made this card with right here. And I do have a video coming on this one. It is so awesome. Look at, there is a little, I don't know if you can see that. I actually paper pieced. There you go. See how it's got some paper piecing to it? So very pretty. Love, love, love it. Okay, so I made the envelope to match my card. And yes, this can go through the mail. You just put a regular mailing label right on there. Or you can take and cut out one of our mailing label or a label from one of our dies and glue it on there. That would be so pretty all the way through the post office. Everybody would enjoy it. But I'm going to show you how to make that size envelope tonight. It doesn't stop there because you can also make envelope boxes. All right, so when we have a larger card that you need to have a larger envelope for, yes, these will go through the mail, but I will tell you right now that this is considered a parcel, so it's probably in the $3 to $4 range to do this, but if you want to just hand this to somebody, it's free, okay? But it does handle our larger cards, okay? So you can make your own envelopes. It doesn't stop there, my friends, absolutely not. It also shows you how to make, yes, this little scoring board right here also shows you how to make these boxes with the tops. And these are very, very sturdy boxes because they have many layers to them, but it is so stinking easy. All right, so let me just show you the stamp set that I used actually for that card, and I will be doing a video on that, is called Humble and Kind, and that is what I wrote on this card right here. All right, be humble and be kind. I love and I live by that, okay? If you are humble and kind, you will definitely get through life a lot easier. All right, so this is the front of the scoring board. You see, I can lift it up and nothing falls out, nothing pops open. It's just awesome. But on the back of this is where everything is hidden. We have these rubber grips to hold onto your desktop, so when you're using it, it doesn't slide all over. And then here and here are the two tools that we are going to use to make this magic happen. They are stuck inside here so that when you need them, they come out. But like I said, when you shake it, nothing falls out, nothing flips open. It is so awesome. So when you take this out, you want to make sure that when you put it back, there's this little line right here. That groove goes into this one groove right over here at the very side. So what I do is I just line up that groove, slide it in, and you're good to go. So we're going to take that out, and the same with this. There's a little handle right here. You're just going to take that out, but when you put it back in, it stays there. It doesn't fly out, all right? All right, so let's bring this back in. If I was to just score a regular card, okay, I'm going to take and this is my 11 by 4¼ inch card. I'm going to score it at 5½ right here. Now, these are increments of 1 inch, and then it goes down to 1/4 inches, and it goes down to 1/8 of an inch. So the 1/4 inches are marked. The 1/8 of an inches are in between the quarters, okay? Well, that's just common sense, but just kind of pointing that part of it out. All right, so that's just a regular scoreboard. You can do that on your paper trimmer too. All right, but if you're doing more than one card, what I like to do is to take a full sheet of cardstock, cut or score the whole thing down, and then cut it, and then you just saved yourself a boatload of time. So if you're doing a stack and you want to take and do it a lot faster, all you have to do is take, and because I do 2 of each card, everybody gets 2 of each card, so I just take and I score it down, and then I'm going to turn it, I'm going to cut it. There's one person's set of cards right there. 2 for the price of 1. All right, I work smarter, not harder. All right, so that's how simple, Simon. All right, but then we have the magic of this tool right here. This little guy was an ingenious invention. All right, it's going to show us how to make regular envelopes. It's going to show us how to make box envelopes. That's this one right here. And then on the back is the measurements to show us how to make these boxes. So when I did my regular scoring for my cards, I used just the regular scoreboard. When I want to make a box, I only use the measurements. I don't need this little tool right here, but I will use the measurements. So my little box, I think I made I think it was a 3x3 box. Let me see. Let me grab my journey ruler here, okay? And it is, nope, this one is a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inch box right here. All right, or 2x2 box, sorry. And then, so you just pick out what size box you want, and then you go from there. It tells you the paper size, and then it tells you the base and the lid, and that's how you do the actual boxes. But when you do your envelopes or your envelope boxes, you actually need this little piece right here. Now remember that little guide right here that we used to store it in the back? You're also going to need that to put in this little groove right over here. So to make sure that you're in the right groove, all right, are you in the groove? You want to make sure it's touching on this side and touching up here. It's with me so far? Okay. So I'm going to take and I'm going to show you, I've already done this one, but I want to show you on this piece of paper because I was going to do it on this one, but you can't really see. Let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah, I think you can see better on this way. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a regular size envelope for a regular size card, all right? So that's an A2 card, and if you look to see where I'm pointing right here, okay, we're going to go a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, which is an A2 card. I need to start out with an 8 by 8, whoops, an 8 by 8 piece of cardstock, and the first score is going to be at 3 1/2. So I'm going to line this up over here, lay that down. I'm going to line up this little guy right here, okay, at 3 1/2. Now, I want to make sure that I put my hand here. I always leave my 3 fingers right here as a guide. I'm going to bring this over because I don't want this to be, I don't want that to shove underneath there. You see how I had to actually lift it? But it will sneak under there if you don't press down on here. So I am going to put this underneath this part right here. I'm going to go to 3 1/2 right here. And I'm going to take my score. Now you see where it says the word score right here? You're going to take your scoring tool and you're just going to score straight down just like this. All right? So there's my first score right there. All right? That's all you need the 3 1/2 inch for. Now what you're going to do is you're going to turn this, and where this little mark is right here, can you see that? There's my score line. Where that mark is right here, you're going to take and you're going to line it up with the bottom of this piece right here. So I have my score mark right here, okay? I'm going to line it up, making sure that it still doesn't go underneath there. I'm going to line that up right here like this, and I am going to score. And then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to take that score mark right there. I'm going to line it up, and I am going to score. And then I'm going to take this, my last time, turn it, line it up with that score mark, okay, and score. Now watch, the whole time I've had my fingers underneath there. I'm just making sure that it doesn't go underneath, okay? And then I'm just scoring. Now what we have, let me see if you can see that. Can you see all those little scorings? That's why I didn't show you on this one, because it's like, hello, can you find me in here? So this right here, let me see, you can see it much better on this little guy right here, okay? So that's the way they ended up. Now the reason I'm doing this one is because I want to show you, it's easier to show you on this than it is on this because it shows up better. Does that make sense? All right, so now we have this done right here. You can actually take and fold this up and just use that as your envelope, okay? But you've got these little goobers right here. You could take and you could cut them out, but I've got something better for you, all right? We're gonna take this little guy right here. See this notcher right here? You're gonna take and you're gonna line up. This is so ingenious. You see how these two little guys fan out, all right? You're gonna take and you're gonna line those two little things with these two marks right here. So you see this is going that way and that's going that way. You're just gonna line it up just like that and notch it. Voila. Okay? We're gonna take and we're gonna line it up with those two things right there, and voila. We're gonna take and turn it, line it up. So awesome. And one more. Okay? So what we're doing is cutting this out in a very pretty way. Okay? And press. Look at that. So now, doesn't that look like an envelope? We're not done. So this is going to be the top of my envelope. If I did it this way, this would be the top of my envelope. But you see how this whole thing all comes together so nicely and so nice and professional looking? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the corner rounder and I'm going to put this part in the corner rounder to soften up the end, just like that. And now I do one more thing. I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to put just a little tick mark right here. I am going to grab my cutter and I am going to just cut off. See where my little tick mark is? I'm just going to take and I'm going to cut off. And what I'm doing is just lining this up over up here on the top. I'm going to take my little tick mark. Now watch what this does. All right, so I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. So now I'm going to put this together and see how nice and clean that is. Voila! We've got a nice rounded edge right here. We've got a nice clean mark right here. Look at that. Now let me just do it with this guy right here because I want to make, I did it with this one to show you that it just showed up easier on this one. But let me just show you how pretty it looks with this little guy right here. And I don't know if you can see all the marks, but that's why I did it on the other paper. So what I'm doing is I'm lining it up with my score marks, okay? So I'm just lining this up like that and punching, turning and lining it up and punching, lining it up with these two score marks, okay? And I'm lining these two things with the score marks. You'll see when you do this, this is so awesome, all right? There we go. All right, so those are those. All right, now I have these. I want to take this. I want to take one of my ends, my wide end, okay? You can actually do it this way and have the envelope open this way, you know? And we could probably do that right now just to show you. See how that, and then this will go this way. So let's do that. We're going to take and corner around this one, and let's grab the, I like, when I'm doing my envelopes, I really like them to stick well so that they go through the mail nicely. So what I'm going to do, and you got to be really careful that you don't put too much adhesive on here. So it depends on which ends that you're doing, okay, because you don't want to glue your envelope shut. So I'm just going to take and put some adhesive right here. Get my bloom tool here and burnish this little guy, lift it up. And don't you just love tools? See how nothing is, nothing is stuck right there? All right, so now I have to do this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put adhesive all the way down here. All right. And here's this little guy right here. Whoops, got to take, hello. All righty. And There's that one. Look at that. So now this envelope is the exact same size as this envelope right here, okay? This one opens this way, and this one opens from the top. So I can slide my card on the inside like this. But these two do not match, these two. So I would never put this card in that envelope. I'll just have to make it a card for this one. And see, because this envelope, this card goes like this, it would be really cool to have this kind of opening right here. All right, so that is your scoreboard, your box maker, your envelope, and your box envelope, all in a nutshell. Isn't that so cool? So I hope you like my product spotlight on this. Like I said, there were no directions with this, so I just decided to make it up, and they all worked. My envelopes fit in my envelope box. My box actually came together, and everything fit into my box envelope. So cool. So proud of myself. I hope you are too. You know how to get a hold of me. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube videos. Make sure you click on the little subscription button, and right next to it is the little bell. Click on that bell and you will not miss a thing. I have so many videos coming up for you. You stay tuned. We are going to do this together. You take care. Have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.